The majority of crimes in Oakland went up in 2023. Even more alarming, though, is that most of them remain unsolved.
ABC 7 News obtained the most recent clearance numbers within Bay Area police departments. These are crimes solved, and Oakland was actually among the worst.
ABC 7 Building a Better Bay Area reporter Leanne Melendez has more on what exactly is happening in Oakland.
Right, so I want to make something very clear. Each police department has to self-report to the Department of Justice, right? So Oakland PD has reported to that department what amounts to the lowest clearance rates among large cities in California and the lowest in the Bay Area. There's only one small city in California which has a lower clearance rate than Oakland, and that is Montebello near Los Angeles. Now, Oakland PD has argued in the past that they are understaffed, but how do you explain that the clearance rate for property crimes in Oakland is close to 0%? Or is it their data that is wrong?
Just by looking at the clearance numbers, it appears that Oakland police haven't been able to get a handle on solving crimes and making arrests. In 2023, Oakland PD reported that only 3% of their violent crimes resulted in an arrest. When it came to property crimes, the number was 0.1%. Compare that to San Francisco and San Jose, which reported that 28% and 35% of their violent crimes resulted in an arrest. And for property crimes, their numbers were slightly higher than Oakland's. 5% for San Francisco and 7% for San Jose. These are numbers submitted by each police department to the Department of Justice, the DOJ. We reached out to Oakland PD and were told, quote, "Unfortunately, we are going to have to decline the interview." The Oakland Police Officers Association, their union, also said no to our request for comment. We then contacted the Center on Juvenile and Criminal Justice, which compiled the DOJ numbers.
Their clearance rate was already abysmal. Now it's practically nothing. They're just not solving crimes.
Tanish Hollins is with Californians for Safety and Justice, a public safety advocacy group.
Police have a job to do. So to hear that crimes are not being solved, that is concerning, but it's familiar. When you talk to people whose cars have been broken into or property has been stolen, you hear that they don't even bother calling the police because they don't think they will show up. The responsibility for them to file a police report is put back on them.
Oakland PD appears to have a data problem. They don't seem to even know how many crimes are being committed in the city. The numbers they report publicly are different from what they are reporting to the California Department of Justice. According to the stats, they reported to the state that violent crimes have more than doubled, aggravated assaults more than tripled, motor vehicle thefts also more than doubled.
The 2023 stats are they're just off the charts. There's no way that these could be correct. And so, yes, it's the Oakland Police Department that's the problem here.
When we raised that concern, OPD first told us that the data contains an anomaly. When we pressed them, they admitted the anomaly was due to human error. When we asked for the correct numbers, they told us those stats are not available at this time. Mistake or not, community members say the numbers show that police in Oakland are failing to deter crime.
When you look at the 5 things regarding deterrence, it says the certainty of being caught is a vastly more powerful deterrent than the punishment. Would you agree?
You're not going to do something if you are certain there's a consequence. But if we see folks committing crime and the police are not showing up, they're not making arrests, even if it's for low-level crime, it just sends a message to community that these things don't matter.
And when people say clearance rates, what are we talking about?
So clearance rate, the way we report it to DOJ is through an arrest. Anytime crime is committed and we make an arrest related to that case, is considered clear.
San Pablo police, also in the East Bay and with similar demographics as Oakland, had a much better clearance rate in 2023. 53% of all violent crimes there were cleared after someone was arrested, and 23% of property crimes were solved.
We have 100% coverage in our city of gunshot detection. We have over 290 situational awareness cameras. We have over 85 license plate readers, right? So all of that, with the use of technology, our officers become more effective in solving crime.
Oakland, on the other hand, is just now installing the 290 cameras approved on surface streets, and 190 will be added on state highways throughout the East Bay. The Oakland City Council also decided to keep funding its gunshot detection system.
We want to see policing done effectively and equitably and fairly, not in a way that over penalizes our communities. But not doing your job at all is not sufficient either.
So it appears that most police departments in California are solving less. Now, we're not very fancy around here, so we have this very simple graphic I'm going to show you right there. So that is for the entire state of California, the clearance rates from 1985 to 2023. As you can see right over here, it's about 20% of clearance rates back in 1985. And look at the downward trend. Here we are in 2023.
Now, this is all the state of California?
This is all the state of California, every police department. So the trend, clearance rates have gone down over the years.
And when
now departments, they say, and so we asked, why is this? So departments say they're still getting a lot of money, but they have also seen budget cuts. They are understaffed, and people are not going into law enforcement like they used to. Now, when you are understaffed, guess what happens? The response time is going to be slower. And when you have a crime and you show up hours later and the witnesses are gone, many times you need those witnesses to solve a crime.
Sure.
So, I mean, I hate to use the word scary, but it's concerning here, this downward trend.
Well, yeah, 3% of violent crimes
Yeah.
resulting in an arrest. That number needs to go up significantly.
Correct.
Thank you, Leanne.